My name does not roll off your tongue. You're welcome to just call me Astrid. I'm the Assistant Dean of Studies, and I'm also filling in for John Meldrum, who is the registrar. So I'm going to go over some of his duties and information about the registration process first, and then I'll let you know what I do. Okay? First of all, as you probably all know, our registration is strictly online. It's a system called CORE, which is Latin for the heart. That's the nickname of our institution. There are a couple of exceptions. If you want to do a directed reading, or if you take a class at one of our consortium schools, those are Madonna University, the University of Detroit Mercy, and Marygrove College. In those cases, you cannot register online. There's some paperwork that you would have to fill out at the registrar's office. But other than that, if you're taking classes here, our registration is strictly online. The registration periods for this year, they're all on your academic calendar, but at the time of early registration, you have no money due, and we all obviously encourage you to register early because classes here do fill up. We try to keep class sizes small so that there's a more intimate relationship with your professors. And if we fill a class, we'd have to have a certain number of people for us to open another section. So it's very convenient for you to register early, and it will secure a spot for you in the class. At the time of regular registration, you have 50% of your tuition due with the registration fee. And then late registration, which now is September 1st, for those of you who have not registered. If you don't register by September 1st, you will fall into that category, and you have to have all of your tuition payment paid. The drop, add, and withdrawal periods are also on your academic calendar. Those are important dates. Drop, add week is the first week of classes. If you find that the class you register for is not what you expected, be sure to drop it before the end of the first week of class. And there will be a $20 fee that applies. And then beginning on Wednesday, September 12th, students may withdraw. This is different than dropping a class because it will appear on a transcript as a W, but it doesn't affect your GPA. If you drop within the first week of classes, it's as if you never registered. And you also can add a class if you decide, oh, I have more time than I thought. You can add another class to your schedule. We also have refund policies. If you drop within the first week of classes, you will get a 100% refund if you drop a class. After the second week of classes, it's 80%. The third, you get a 60% refund. The fourth, 40%. If you wait until the sixth week of class, you get no refund after you drop a class. Okay, all of our grades are posted on CORE so that you can check your grades a week after you take an exam, the midterm exam or a final exam. For undergraduate students, we do post midterm exams. How many of you are undergraduates? Okay. You can check your midterm grades on the CORE system a week after class. And actually, it gives you a picture of how you are progressing in the class. If you find that you're not doing very well, it does give you an opportunity to withdraw. Okay. The list of textbooks and required materials for your classes are on the seminary's website, and students are free to purchase their textbooks wherever you can find them at a good value. And for those of you who have been away from school for a while, I want to remind you that as you approach the completion of your degree, you have to apply for graduation. It doesn't happen automatically. There's a process. You have to let the registrar's office know, I want to graduate in April, and so that way you're on his radar. I do an audit of your degree to make sure that you have completed all of the requirements, and then we let you know all about how to get a cap and gown, the date of graduation, all of that. If you don't let us know you're intending to graduate, we don't know that you're intending to graduate, okay? So be sure to let us know. Okay, that is the registrar's hat. Now I'm going to take that one off. I work in the Dean of Studies office. I'm the Assistant Dean of Studies, and what we do in the Dean of Studies office is kind of a lot of behind-the-scenes things like scheduling the courses, deciding what's going to be offered. We do curricular development, faculty development, board of trustee development. We make sure that we're complying with all the standards and criteria that our accreditors require. We are actually beginning a self-study because we are up for reaccreditation in 2014. The last time we were accredited was 2004, and it's a 10-year period where that's valid, and then you have to reapply for accreditation. So we are doing that. It's basically certain agencies that determine that you are meeting certain standards, that you are following recognized good practices for higher education. It's basically a stamp of approval of higher education institutions saying this is a good school. We also handle academic appeals or grievances. If you have any kind of complaint, I encourage you to come see me. We can try to work it out between you and the professor, or if it has to do with a final grade, we function as sort of the arbitration office. We'll try to help you work something out if you feel that you've been grieved in some way. It may even be just an error on the part of the professor. They did math incorrectly and you knew you had an A, but suddenly it appears as a C. Be sure to let us know, and we can look into that for you. Just one thing I have to touch on, plagiarism. We are a Catholic institution, and you'd think that that kind of thing doesn't happen here. Unfortunately, it does. And oftentimes, it's unwittingly. Students do not know they're plagiarizing. It's not something they do on purpose. But it is very important that whenever you write any kind of papers, and you will be doing a lot of writing here, that you cite your sources. You cannot pass off any ideas that are not your own. You must in your paper, you must footnote it or put it at the end notes, however you're going to write your paper, you have to cite another person's ideas or another person's quotes. You cannot paraphrase someone's ideas and claim that they're your own. In that case, you still have to cite it as someone else's idea and give them credit for it. We take plagiarism very seriously here, and it is something that we do take disciplinary action on. For those of you that are undergraduates seeking a degree, I am your undergraduate academic advisor. If you are a man in diaconate formation, I am also your academic advisor. Be sure to contact me if you have any questions about what courses you should be taking, or if you have any questions about the general education courses that we require, many of which we do not, we do not offer here. So you'll have to go to one of the consortium schools, those that I mentioned earlier, or you can go to a community college and have the credit transferred. But it's always a good idea to check with me to make sure that that course is eligible for transfer credit. Let's see. You already mentioned the Academic Skills Center. I encourage all of you to make use of that. It is here for your benefit. The other thing that I want to stress very strongly is we have just posted our 2012-13 bulletin on our website. The bulletin serves as a contract between us and you. It outlines all of our policies, all of our procedures, your rights as a student, all the goals and objectives of every degree that is offered here, so that you could, if you're studying for the bachelor's degree of theology, You might want to know what the learning goals are. You want to know that your professors are achieving those goals. And so it has a host of very important information. The phone number you would call if we close. We typically, like a snow day, we typically advertise that on television and radio, but there is a hotline phone number that can be called. All that information is on the bulletin. I'll warn you that you don't probably want to print it because it's about 170 pages long. So, but it is searchable. You know, it's in a PDF form. So if you know what you're trying to find, the storm closing hotline number, you can put it in and search for it, and it'll find it for you. Or if you want to know what are the requirements for the basic diploma in Catholic theology, if you put that name there, it'll take you to that portion. I just don't try to print it on your printer at home. Any questions? Okay, thank you.